Hi beautiful people, how are you doing? You're welcome back to my channel. It's a pleasure always coming here to say one or two things to you guys. So I'm very glad I'm here once again, and once again it's a happy new year from me to you. Yeah, it's still January, so I think I'm still permitted to say a happy new year. So once again, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Chinyere Chichi for short. I'm a fashion designer for almost a decade now, based in Lagos State, Nigeria. And on this channel, it's all about fashion, lifestyle, and DIY. It's that time of the year where people make some of the best and worst decisions of their lives. And I'm here today to actually help those of us who have actually taken one of the best decisions of your life. Yes, I say best because I am a testimony. Yeah, it's the best decision of your life, to pursue a career, or you're already pursuing a career in fashion design. If you're one of those that are taking this decision to pursue a career in fashion design, this is for you. Congratulations, you have taken one of the best decisions so far, like I said earlier, and I bet you're not going to regret it if only you know what to do and do them. And this is what this video is all about. Just sit right back to the end of this video, because this video is actually going to be of huge benefit to you and to your loved ones. Before actually going to the point outline that I have for you guys, I want to say this is very, very crucial. This is for intending students or interns in fashion design. If you know that you want to go into fashion design, say like in 3 months, in 6 months, in 1 year, please start early enough to do your survey. Go to different fashion schools, go to different fashion houses, go to different tailoring shops to carry out your survey, to do all your surveys, so that at the end of the day, you are making your best choice. Because some people, they just take the decision overnight and they just rush into any nearby school or any nearby training center to get trained. And along the line, they discover, this is not the best place for me. For you to actually avoid all this, start early enough to make your research about where you want to be trained. By the time you visit a school or a training center once or twice, you're able to actually know what you want and what you do not want. Do not just rush into a place and because that is just the only available place for you at that point in time because of your rush or inadequate preparation for it. And at the end of the day, you're having issues with your trainer or the people around you just because you don't feel comfortable being trained there. This is actually very important. Carry out your survey early enough. I think this is actually because some people feel that fashion design is not as serious as it is, so they don't even give it adequate preparation. Thereby they actually fall into most times wrong hands and wrong environments, all in the name of getting trained. So before you actually start your training wherever you want to start, make sure you take out time to do your research, do your survey, get to know 1 or 2 things about the place you want to be trained. If it's something that is okay by you, then fine. Then if it's not okay for you, then you move ahead and look for a place that is suitable for you. So I just wanted to put this out before I actually start outlining some of the points I have for you. And to maximize most of the benefits incorporated in fashion design, you need to firsthand know the following. Number 1, you need to be passionate. Like, passion is like the bedrock for you to succeed in this industry. And like every other profession, I guess passion is just like the number 1. If you are not passionate about this career, please, I beg you in the name of God, do not give it a try. They've just taken the light. Sorry, that's what we face in Nigeria. So like I was saying, if there's any other reason why you think you need to pursue a career in fashion aside the passion, then I think you need to evaluate such a reason, because at the end of the day, it is only passion that you need to actually carry you through. For the fact that you love to look good, you know how to combine colors, you know how to put 1 or 2 things together, and you feel that is enough, or that is enough conviction for you to know that, okay, I'm good to go, pursue a career in fashion, guys, I'll bet you like you're going to just mess things up. You need to have an undying and unwavering passion for this career, because this industry is a very competitive, very dynamic, and of course lucrative, and one of the most sought after industry. And as such, you need a whole lot of passion to actually thrive in this industry. Don't let the glamour and paparazzi and all that in fashion, don't let that deceive you that it's just an easy field, to just walk in and walk out at any time. No, behind all those glamour and all that lies a whole lot of hard work, a whole lot of sleepless nights, a whole lot of stringent deadlines and last minute changes. So you need to be very passionate about this career for you to stand the test of time, because if you are not passionate about it, I bet you that you are going to encounter challenges that is going to just push you off your feet, and before you know it, you are like what am I doing here? So you need to make sure that you are very passionate about this industry. You don't just wake up and feel, okay, I can do anything, I can do one or two things as far as fashion is concerned. I feel, okay, this is enough conviction, enough reason for you to go into this industry. I said no. I am here telling you that you are making a very big mistake. Even if you are not passionate about it at the initial time, just make sure that along the line you develop this passion for it, because without passion, most of the challenges you are going to encounter in fashion, it can be very, very discouraging. When I mean discouraging, it can be discouraging, and it's only the passion that you have for it, the love you have for this industry, that can only make you succeed in it. And the next point is creativity. Yes, you need to be creative and artistic to some extent. Like, you don't need to be a pro, you don't need to be perfect in them, but to some extent, even before you think of venturing into it, just make sure you have at least to the barest minimum your creative and your artistic skill. Make sure you have them developed to some certain extent, because this is actually going to help you, because most of the things you are going to be doing has to do with either sketching, drawing, designing and all that. So at least you need to have the basic like the fundamental skills in all that. You don't need to be a pro. Your drawings and sketches and all that, it doesn't have to be perfect, but to some extent you should be able to sketch down whatever you think you want to do. You can imagine a client trying to explain something to you and you're not able to put them down in sketches and drawings. That's actually going to pose as a very huge challenge to you. So before you actually think of venturing into fashion design, or you're already into it, try to develop your sketching skills, your drawing skills and your design skills to some reasonable extent. Like I said, you don't need to perfect them, you don't need to be you don't need to be a pro at them, but to some extent you should be able to sketch something that, you know, that is presentable, something that somebody can look at and deduct exactly what you are trying to sketch down, or the design you're actually trying to bring to life. Okay, so you need to develop these skills, and it's even better for you to actually start developing those skills before you actually start your training in fashion design. And if you're already into it, it's not too late. You can actually develop that while you do your training. The next point is patience. You need to be patient both with yourself, you need to be patient with your trainer, for you to actually know exactly, for you to actually get the best out of fashion design. There's no need for all the rush, because if you rush in, you are going to rush out. You see some people coming for training both as a student or as an intern, and they, you know, somebody that has no basic knowledge in fashion design actually comes in and says, okay, I want to do this in 3 months, I want to achieve this in 3 months, I want to achieve this in 6 months. Like, how exactly do you want to do it? Every good thing in life takes time, and fashion is not an exclusion. I don't know why some people feel that, okay, fashion is just too easy. Like, guys, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing. So you need to be patient enough with yourself and everything around you for you to actually thrive in this industry, or for you to actually get the best out of it. You don't just come in as somebody that has no basic knowledge, no foundational knowledge in fashion, and you expect your trainer to do the magic and then get you perfectly trained in 3 months or in 6 months. Like, how do you do that? If you are not ready for it, then just wait till the time you are ready. If you have something else that is of more importance to you than going for your training in fashion, then finish up with that, then come back fully for your training, okay, in fashion design. If you are one of those that actually go about telling your trainers that, okay, I have just 3 months to do this, I have just 6 months to do this, then I don't think you're actually ready. Fashion design is a full-time job. It's not something you feel, okay, because I have a 3 months leave, I have a 3 months break, I have a 3 months vacation, then let me just use it and just do, instead of lying idle, let me use it and, you know, occupy myself with something in fashion. No, you don't do that. Fashion is a big deal. Like, it's a whole big deal. So you don't just come up with that idea of 3 months, 6 months, and when you have no basic knowledge about the industry or the job. Okay, so don't rush yourself, because if you're eventually going for that training, and most people that do this, after the 3 months, they go back to what they normally do, and before you know it, after 1 or 2 months, whatever they have been taught in that 3 months, everything vanishes into a thin air. Okay, and you see the person starting from the scratch again. So instead of wasting your time and your money, why not do something that you feel, okay, is able to accommodate your short period of time? Then prepare adequately for your training in fashion, because fashion is a whole lot. It requires your whole time, requires your whole energy for you to actually know exactly what you are doing. So don't rush into fashion, because if you rush in, you are going to rush out, and I'm not sure you'll be glad if that becomes your case. So be patient with yourself enough to know exactly what you want. If it is fashion you want to pursue a career in, then prepare adequately for it. It is not a part-time job. You can't make anything out of being a part-time student or a part-time fashion designer. Okay, you can't make anything meaningful out of it. So if you want to pursue it, then prepare adequately for it and create sufficient time for you to be trained in it. Yeah, the next point, you need to be teachable. Yes, this is mainly for all students or all interns. Basically, you need to be teachable. Like, you see some people coming with this know-it-all attitude. Like, it's not good for you, because some trainers, when you give them this vibe of I know it all, they just lie low and like, okay, do it yourself. And even when you approach them, they're like, in their head, some of them might not even say anything to you, but in their head, like, I believe you know it also. I think I can just do my barest minimum. Even if you know it all, like, I don't even think you know it all, because if you know it all, then what are you doing in your training center? It is because you don't know. That is why you actually came to meet your trainer to actually train you. Try and be humble, try and be teachable. No matter what it is you think you know, just package it, let it lie low, then just open up, be vulnerable to your trainer to actually help you bring out the best in you as far as fashion is concerned. You don't come and start posing as a threat, because some of these students actually come out as know-it-all students. Some of them pose as a threat to their trainers if the trainers do not know their onion well. And some of these trainers that see this category of students as threats, most of them just, withdraw and just let you do your thing. So as an intending student, or as a student in fashion design, or as an intern, do not pose as a threat to your trainer or to your teacher. That is not good for you, because you are not going to get the best out of your teacher or your trainer. No matter what it is just keep it to yourself. Whatever you know, add the one your teacher or your trainer is going to give to you. That's a plus for you. Instead of you posing as I know it, or thereby letting your teacher or your trainer withhold the little or much he or she knows that he or she would have given out to you. Do not pose as a threat to your trainer. That is not good for you. Your trainer or your teacher is not going to lose anything, but you are the one that is going to lose it all. And see some students, when their teacher or trainer is trying to illustrate or trying to explain something to them, before their teacher even gets to the middle of whatever he or she is trying to say, they're already fast forwarding to the end. For what reason? And most times their end result or their end explanation is actually most times very wrong. Just be calm, okay? Be calm enough for you to get the best from your teacher or your trainer. If you're already a fashion designer in training, or you are intending to become one, this is very, very crucial point for you. Do not go in and pose as a threat to your trainer. You are not going to get the best out of your trainer or your teacher. You need to be teachable. You need to, show yourself as somebody that is ready and willing to learn. It's okay to have your own expectations as an intern or as a trainer, but bear it in mind that your trainer also has his. Okay, so you don't come as a student or as an intern to impose your own expectations or your intentions on your trainer. That is not wise. That is not fair enough. Okay, so please, I would like to encourage you to allow your trainer be as expressive as he or she can be. Do not come to impose whatever you think you know on him. No, that is not good. That can come later along the line, but not as a beginner or even as a student at any point. I don't think it's actually wise of you to actually throw it in the faces of your trainer that he or she doesn't know what he or she is doing. That is not fair enough. Okay, come in with an open mind. You have your own expectations, but do not let it overshadow that of your trainer. That most times it's actually very, very, very disrespectful. In carrying out your research or your survey before you actually begin your training as a student or as an intern, try to find out how much each training center or each fashion school costs for you to be trained as a student. In doing this, it actually helps you to know exactly what amount you are looking up to, to put up or save up for your training. Because some people, they just wake up and like, okay, they want to go into a fashion design training by next week, and they go for their research and all that and inquiry, and at the end of the day they find out, okay, whatever for the fashion school or the training center is expecting them to pay, they don't have it on ground. So start early enough to save up for your training, both for your tuition fee and the money you'll be requiring and the money you'll be required to spend along the line. And that brings me to this point: fashion is expensive. Yes, it is. It is expensive. I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but that is the bitter truth. It is expensive, so you need to save up for it. It's not something you just feel, okay, it's just fashion, you will spend a whole lot. Because I see students that get stranded along the line. So make sure you save up. If you know that you don't have a sponsor to train in your fashion school or a training center, please make sure you save up adequately for it. Ask the training center or the fashion school what you need, what you'll be needing, or how much you should be looking up to, to see you through your whole period of training, so that you can actually, even if you don't have, 100% of what you need, at least you have sufficient amounts that will see you at least to a reasonable extent in your training. Not just go into your fashion training as just with almost an empty hand, feeling that, okay, everything should be provided for you. Yes, some schools and some training centers actually provide your beginners kits for you, which do not last for like more than a month. Yes, It does not last for more than a month. And most times what you have in your beginner's kit is not even equivalent to the amount you pay. So personally, most times I either allow the students get their beginner's kit themselves, because I don't want somebody to feel along the line that okay, she or she got cheated. So to just get that off my head, I actually just outline what you'll be needing for your beginner's class and ask you to go and get them. But some schools, they actually provide this for the students, and whatever it is that they are providing for you will actually not carry you through to the end of your training. So make sure you have at least a reasonable amount on ground for your training before you eventually start, so you don't get stranded along the line. Because you see some students, some of them even get discouraged along the line. Some of them back out along the line because they don't have enough funds to see them through to the end, because you are going to be buying a whole lot of lining, a whole lot of fabric, a whole lot of papers, a whole lot of measuring tape and all that. Like, you have a whole lot, machine oil and all that, and that takes a whole lot. Even though they don't cost a whole lot per item, but at the end of the day, you find out that you are spending a whole lot at the same time. Okay, so you need to be financially prepared to some extent before you venture into fashion design as a student or as an intern. Okay, this is very, very crucial, because personally I've seen students that when you walk up to them, why are you not busy, why are you not working, and you hear them say things like, I don't have fabric, I don't have this, and I don't have that. And that most time that can be very, very very, very discouraging for your trainer, because you're actually wasting his or her time and wasting your own time as well. Because some schools, they wouldn't give you an extra 1 week after your training period has exhausted. Okay, so you actually make sure you maximize that short period you have to be trained. Do not allow sufficient funds to be a barrier to your training being successful. Okay, so make sure you save at least half of the money you'll be needing to embark on your training. Then this next point, as a student or as an intern, do not come in with this competitive attitude. When I mean competitive, yes, it is good to be competitive, but what I mean about being competitive in this regard is this: you don't come in and try to gauge your effort or your speed with any other person. No, you don't need that. You do not need that as a beginner. Okay, don't come in and see everybody and anything as a competition. This one is able to finish a simple skirt pattern in 30 minutes, and in 30 minutes you have not even gone halfway, and you feel okay, that is enough to put you under too much tension and pressure. No, as a beginner you do not need that. As a beginner, just be focused. Perfection is what you need, not speed. As a beginner, you need perfection, and getting exactly what you are being taught is what you need. If you want to add speed to it, you are going to mess things up. Speed comes in later along the line, but as a beginner, what you need is just being calm, being focused enough to get and grab everything that you are being taught. Forget about speed. It's not about the rush. Some people can finish, just like people in those days when we write exams. You see some people in 30 minutes, exam for 2 hours, in 30 minutes they are done, and at the end of the day, somebody that submitted last is getting a higher grade than somebody that submitted 30 minutes into the exam. Okay, so forget about speed. Make sure you grab enough knowledge that you need for you to be grounded in what you are being taught. Okay, so don't allow this unnecessary competition put you in a state that you are not being able to express your creativity as much as you should. Be blinded to all the unnecessary energies around you as a student. Just be focused enough. Because in most fashion schools and training centers, it's what I call mixed multitude, because you meet a whole lot of characters, and you need to be focused enough for you not to get entangled with the wrong kind of energy. Okay, so do not let the fact that somebody is faster than you deter you from actually getting enough of what you should get. Make sure, just get it, perfect it, be good at it, then you can add speed to it. But at the initial stage, just zero speed out of it. You don't need speed. Personally, as a trainer, I have these issues with some parents. Some parents, after 2 months, they are coming to you like, my son has just been doing one topic for the past 2 months and all that. I say, please do not rush me, and I don't rush my students. I don't rush them. Okay, if it's a simple skill that this person is able to perfect in 2 months, then that is fine. What is the extent of giving the person topics every day or every week back to back, and then after 3 months the person is not able to produce anything, or the person is not able to bring up anything tangible to the table? Then what have I achieved? No. So I tell most people that you need to be patient with me. Okay, I don't have to rush you, and you don't need to rush me as well. Ordinarily, if I know that my basic method is you should be able to perfect a simple skirt in 1 week, and at the end of 2 weeks you're not able to perfect it, I wouldn't move on with you to the next topic. I will make sure you perfect it to some reasonable extent. Yes, not 100%, but I know to some extent you are able to do something very, very reasonable or something presentable as far as that simple skirt is concerned. Then we can move on, okay? But not that I see that your simple skirt is like a carpentry work, what a carpenter nailed together, and you expect me to move on to the next thing just because I feel okay, your time is going. No, that's why I said you need to make sure you have enough time for you to get trained as a fashion designer. Don't come in and say I have 3 months and you do not have any basic knowledge. Yeah, 3 months is good for people that want to, brush up and all that, but as a beginner, don't come in and say I have 6 months, I have 3 months. No, that is not going to work. And if you are a trainer, you know that okay, you are not able to do anything within that period, just tell the person basically that 3 months and 6 months is not enough for you. And if the person insists, just make sure you tell the person the pros and cons of being trained within a very short period of time. Then the last and not the least is be your own cheerleader. Like, I don't think I need too much explanation on this. Just be your own cheerleader, because as a student, as an intern in fashion design, you're going to come across so many discouraging words. So many people are going to say some very, 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 very mean words to you. You just need to be very, very focused. Be your own cheerleader. When you do well, if nobody applauds you, applaud yourself. Okay, if you do bad, criticize yourself. And even if you are getting criticisms from people, make sure you take it in good faith, because some of those criticisms will actually help you. But in all, just make sure you are your own cheerleader, because if you allow the negative vibes and negative energies around you to get to you, are going to be discouraged. That's why I said your number one thing you need is passion, because if you have passion for this career, all those negative vibes, all those criticisms will not get to you. It will only get to you in a good way. It will only get to you to motivate you, not to put you down. Okay, so be your own cheerleader. And I think with this point, I'm sure you have enough knowledge as to what to do or what to expect as an interning fashion designer or as a student undergoing training in fashion design already. If this video has been helpful to you, please do well by sharing this video, liking it, and let me know your thoughts as a student, as a trainer in the comment section. Whatever challenges you have encountered as a trainer or as a student in fashion design, please let me know what your thought is in the comment section below. Okay, thank you. See you in my next video.